But we see ex-White House press secretary says she's nervous following Trump's chilling polls, according to her situation in the matter. So let's see what she is talking about in itself. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what she's talking about in itself. You know what I mean? In more ways than one, we see a lot of garbage going on with these people today. You know what I'm saying? We see what's going on with the people today. You know what I'm saying? You know, but we see here, let's see what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what she's talking about. Let's see what she's talking about. I don't think she's up here talking. Yeah, she's not up here talking, but in more ways than one.
It's always a
Hold on a minute, right here. Hold on, right here, right here. Listen.
pleasant when you have to go in and tell your wife that, by the way, tomorrow sometime I'm going to be indicted. And she says, for what? I say, I have no idea.
She knows. She knows when he's going to get indicted. She knows what's going on. She watches media as much as he does, and so she absolutely knows what's going on.
Talking about Melania Trump knows that he's indicted. You know what? In more ways than one, who really cares? You know what I'm saying? You see how they trying to trump up all type of angles, talking about his wife don't know, he called her up and Trump said that this, that, and the third. You know, petty ass bullshit that they need to keep off the news if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to know what's going on between Trump and his wife. You know what I'm saying? And that's his personal business. You know what I'm saying? That's his personal business. But we see where a 200 and we see here, hold on, people. We see here where 262 million or whatever in deposit exits J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Bota, and site and city or whatever in 1 year as government reveals collapse of another U.S. bank. All right, people, pay attention to that because that's highly important that you understand that situation. You know what I'm saying? As we see, because they really want to give us a card, you know, with a number 666. You know what I'm saying? But many people probably already have that in them, but you know what I'm saying? That's because they don't listen. You know what I'm saying? And now they want to give you a card. They're trying hard to get money out of the picture to give you this New World Order Luciferian Baphomet card. You know what I'm saying? Where they could definitely starve you to death. You know what I'm saying? Where you would not be able to buy and sell. See, they want to bring that to light. That's the thing. Oh, good, very bad. And all type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But we see verifying the possible pardon scenario is 3 indictments. You know what I'm saying? Trump again on the op. We see Pence out there on being asked to overturn the election. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Was wrong then and wrong now. Yeah, like your dumb ass. You wrong then and you wrong now because you are lying. You know what I'm saying? Because you was a part of the whole conspiracy traitor ass move to make Donald J. Trump look like something he was not. That was your job. And you did that from the inside out. You know what I'm saying? You was a part of the fuck up plan as well. You know what I'm saying? He talking all that bullshit, but he sounds like a demon Democrat talking about he's a Republican. You see how he rubbing on the Republican ticket and rubbing the shoulder about a traitor and a crook and got a bad name and in on the running the Republican ticket hoping to get elected as a president. Anybody would elect Michael Pence. I know you out your fucking mind. You out your mind. You know what I'm saying? He talking about it was Ron then and Ron now coming off the Hill News from Laura, whatever, Lauren or whatever your name is. You know what I'm saying? It looked like what? It looked like very funny name. Stoza. 7 hours ago Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? Sorry for fucking up the name, but you know what I'm saying. But we see the president, the so-called wannabe Mike Pence that traded to Trump. You know what I'm saying? Said that the president of the United States, you know what I'm saying, Donald J. Trump, Trumpy Bear Baby, claimed that the creepy ass vice president that was around him had the power to overturn the 2020 election was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Um, we don't give a flying fuck about that. You know what I'm saying? It needed to be overturned. And it needed to be checked out and investigated on all realms, not just the ballot boxes and the ballots and the early mail-in ballots and the demon democratical big warehouse they had with a bunch of people, doing ballots and shit, and then locking them up and hiding them away. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be a very deep investigation into this matter more than what has done. That's why Nancy Pelosi done jumped up talking about she gonna lead the January 6th committee and all that bullshit to investigate this and investigate that, to lead your mind away from what really took place. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. And Mike Pence doing the same thing. Because, of course, we must move on. You know what I'm saying? We must move on. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it needs to be thoroughly looked at and reinvestigated into all claims that were made. You know what I'm saying? And all allegations that were made. And all shit that we see went on in the traitorous ass move that went on. And that goes for all these groups that jumped up too. Oath Keepers, Black Lives Matter, and all of this and that. There needs to be a thorough investigation into it. Doesn't matter whether he got prosecuted or not. We still need an investigation in the involvement at this time, at this moment. Why and so and who and what and where. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna do that shit. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where Donald J. Trump, Trumpy Bear Baby, may have taken a swing at, you know what I'm saying, the bedrock of America, demon mockery. But he's too exhausting for anyone to care. You know what I'm saying? Well, we do. You might not, but we do. Don't speak for us. You know what I'm saying? Whether we, but he's too exhausting for anyone to get. Who gives a flying fuck? Exhausted how? To me, standing firm and continue down the same path and the strength and the power he shows as a leader. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't see no niggas stepping up to do so. But this is coming in by Sebastian, you know what I'm saying, Kai Hill or whatever his name, 15 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time, coming off the Business Insider. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Bastion? You know what I'm saying? As we see the AP photo was taken, but we see where Trump, the president of the United States, speaks at the Turning Point Action Conference in West Palm Beach, Florida, on July 15th, 2023. But we see the political science are saying that the public is tired of hearing about Donald Trump. Not me. No, don't speak for me. No, no, no. I'm not tired of hearing about it, and I want to keep on hearing about it until the very last. You know what I'm saying? And it's important that we do. Because I told you before, and I'll tell you again, it's not all about Trump. It's about many things that we have seen that these governments will do to literally destroy a president of the United States on the same premise of the same thing that they have done 3, 10, 400 times over in the same game and the same nonsense. But when it comes to the people and what the people should be doing as the people, the only thing we see is you're taking sides, number one, because you've been selling your ass out for years, not all, and you're facilitating the Slave Masters Party, his faggotry, and all types of programs that he could stick in you. But we don't, and then the last of it is, you sit and complain. But when you are being told during the time that you should be complaining and standing up, and somebody is speaking up, you busy blackballing him, talking behind his back, jealous, hatred, and full of shit, and then sit there and go down the road with this beastly shit upon your people's neck. It is time for leaders and the people who elect these leaders with a dictating ass, you know what I'm saying, to start stepping up and presenting stronger power of government in the government we already have. Because there is no reason to change it. But we must clean it out, clear it out, kick them bums out, and start again. hmm It doesn't matter how long we take to kick them bums out. Just kick them out one by one if that's the case then. And replace them as we go along. You know what I'm saying? But we cannot continue down the road with this garbage, and it's getting worse. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where he's saying that people are tired, but no, we're not. After years of hearing about the Trump, you know what I'm saying, misdeeds, what misdeeds? Tell that to George W. Donkey Bush and Hillary Clinton. You sorry sucker. And Obama crazy ass. You know what I'm saying? And many others. Andy fuck Fauci the Weasel. Soros garbage ass. You know, the CDC, World Health Organization, and all these different people, the leadership in these places is garbage. So what the hell is you talking about? Nobody wants to read your report. It's garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's garbage. Nobody want to hear that fucking blackballing, twisted-minded psychology, word-playing piece of shit. Now, do a better reporting on some real understanding that brings liberty, justice, you know what I'm saying, freedom, and all types of things of life, liberty, and property to the people in full bloom, you know what I'm saying, that will flourish their pockets and stop giving them a stick in the butt. You know what I'm saying? But the Justice Department prosecutor for Trump case, Donald Trump, Trump case donates, you know what I'm saying, thousands to the Biden deal. Yeah, he's going to do that. He's going to do that because he's no more than another sellout when we look at it. You know what I'm saying? And he is a part of the criminality wanting to stay in great light. And we see this is coming by Gabe Kaminsky or whatever one day ago of the Washington Examiner. You know what I'm saying? But we see, you know what I'm saying, and top New York city prosecutor working with the Justice Department Special Counsel Jack Smith on working with the Justice of Jack Smith, you know what I'm saying, in investigating relating to the Trump, Donald J. Trump, he's investigating on Donald J. Trump, the President of the United States, has given this one that's down with Jack Smith, I don't know, you know what I'm saying, has given a large donation to the campaigns for top demon Democrats, including, you know what I'm saying, creepy ass nutcase Joe Biden, like he didn't steal enough money from our pocket and put us into a nuclear warfare game in itself. Record show. You know what I'm saying? But David, I guess his name is Rudy, is one of the several veteran attorneys helping to advise Smith, who has overseen 2 indictments against Trump with his lying behind. I don't give a fuck what indictments you overseen. The indictments is garbage. And if people going for this piece of shit, and just like they told you other things, and they went right along with it, you know, wear one inside and outside, just wear it all the time. You know what I'm saying? And all these different shit that they were telling people and saying and this and that and the third, open borders and all this and that. I explained that to my children, and my children said, what? What the fuck is he talking about, open border policy? They didn't even realize that he was on the campaign trail saying this shit along with Kamala Greasy behind. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we don't give a damn who donate what and who they what. What needs to happen, though, is that people need to be more stronger than a follow fashion monkey. You know what I'm saying? And start to live up and stand up as men and women in your community instead of being in the walls with microphones, in the floors and shit, you know, down in the floors and shit, you know, got my shit echoing all around the world and I. Get out of my fucking face. That's why you rip the floor open so they echo down to the front door. You jackass son of a... You think I really give a flying fork? We must grow up now because you've been licking balls a little bit too long. It seemed like you never came off the plantation. Let's wake up here, people. It's highly important that we do so. You know what I'm saying? But we see polling issues warning on warning on very real threat of the Wagner attack on NATO turf. You know what I'm saying? But you should have expected this chaotic nonsense to happen when you decide to join NATO and did not stop Creepy Joe's son and him from going into Ukraine, making deals, shipping and jiving to make sure that in the Russian territory where Ukraine is going to join NATO and put nuclear weapons right facing Russia in NATO. You foolish sheep. You foolish sheep. You know what I'm saying? So now the game begins in the last war leading up to the Revelation apocalypse. Clap your lips. You know what I'm saying? But Bridgeport residents, protest Florida governor's support of his state Black history curriculum. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So let's see what they're talking about. But we see news. This is coming in by News 12 staff 21 hours ago. You know what I'm saying? In itself. So let's peep out what seems to be said.
Protest in Bridgeport today against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and his state's new Black curriculum. Frank Recchia has the story.
A lot of blood was shed.
Longtime civil rights activist Mary McBride Lee of Bridgeport says she has spent a lifetime trying to help steer the country away from the pain of America's past.
It's a total non-starter.
But she says Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is putting the country on a path that leads in the opposite direction.
Thank you all for being here.
She's referring to criticism the White House hopeful is facing about new standards he supports for teaching Black history in Florida. Standards teaching that, quote, some Black people benefited from slavery because it taught them useful skills.
I was in my favorite chair in my living room watching TV, and what? What did he say? Power to the people got the power.
McBride Lee organizing a protest Saturday outside the U.S. Courthouse Federal Building, saying what DeSantis calls, quote, an open and honest dialogue about his state's new Black history curriculum has attracted criticism from a statewide teachers union, perhaps most notably from some fellow Republicans.
The man is sick, and the man is a racist.
Ron DeSantis, about 3 months ago, told America that he doesn't want anything taught in America that would
1 second.
make a young white child feel embarrassed. The second that he said that, it was clear who he was talking to. It wasn't about us. It's something that is going to have a ripple
Keep stopping on me.
effect across our country, and it is seeping into our politics.
Okay, we had enough of that. We're going to chill with that. But from what they're saying, they're protesting that he said that. But in more ways than one, they're right, and I'll definitely back my people up 100%. But at the same time, Ron DeSantis, running for presidency, must understand our plight, our folk. Now, we don't want a white kid to feel embarrassed because you are telling him about we benefited from the with skills and all this and that, and we teaching. We don't want the white kids to get their feelings hurt as to what took place in our people and so on and so on. You know what I'm saying? We didn't gain skills from slavery, and we didn't learn skills from slavery. The only thing that we may have learned from that in more ways than one is that the fact of the matter that you kept us and our people in it for so long. Well, not him, but other, kept us in it for so long that we had to educate ourselves anyway because we were no more under the education of our Africanism. Maybe some who had slaves down with the cracker and the different shit that they were doing at the time. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, when you talk about we got skills, we always had skills. So Ron DeSantis need to correct that statement in what he's saying and start to explain to the white kids what your ancestors had did to our people, which you know for well was completely wrong. Correct some of the name calling shit because every time they get mad, they want to call somebody a monkey, knowing that in a black man's DNA. You know what I'm saying? But it might be in theirs. You know what I'm saying? But Ron DeSantis also got to start to explain it in a way that the white kids understand all the history, all of it, to where there's no more surprises or nothing to be ashamed of in the explanation of your ancestors doing shit that they did then and now. You know what I'm saying? So I back my brothers and sisters on this one, and at the same time, I'm looking at Ron DeSantis because to me, he still ain't better than Trump. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Governor of Florida during the pandemic, he did quite a good job. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give credit where credit is due. You know what I'm saying? But we see new corruption scandal, leaks text message given to the FBI showing Chinese wanting Biden family name to help acquire U.S. energy assets. Mm, mm, mm. Z. You know what I'm saying? But you see, this is coming in by Connor, you know, Sir Mount, I guess, 2 days ago, coming off the radar online. You know what I'm saying? But we see here where a new overstanding is coming in on the Creepy Joe. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? Where the new text, they have a new text coming on in, a new text message, you know what I'm saying, obtained by, you know what I'm saying, the FBI in more ways than one, appears to, provide evidence in the more ways that the Chinese energy, you know what I'm saying, Kong Lo, Lomarate being, I guess that's the way you spell it, conglomerated or conglomerate, you know what I'm saying, the Chinese energy conglomerate being pursuing a relationship with the Creep Joe Biden family in the late 2015 RadarOnline.com, can report in the sudden development to come as the U.S. Republicans continue to investigate, Creep Joe Biden alleged involvement in the Hunter Biden overseas business dealings. The FBI reportedly obtained messages trying the Creep Joe Biden to Creep Joe Biden to the CEFC Chinese energy company. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna, oh yes, you know what I'm saying? There will be a deal between one of most prominent family from the U.S. and them constructed by me. I think this will then be a great addition to their portfolios or whatever, as it will give them a profile based in New York, then, you know what I'm saying, etc. EECT. For me, it's no brainer, but culturally, they are different, but smart. So let's see. Any entry ticket is small for them. Easier and better demographics than Arabs, who are a little anti-U.S. after Trump. Anti-U.S. after Trump. I guess Creep Joe Biden must have said that. No, it looked like James Giller, whoever it was, said that, but they have the news clip, I guess, when he said that on the report or whatever was said, you know what I'm saying? But you can't, send messages to the chat, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. The WhatsApp app no longer supports, you know what I'm saying, this phone. But either way, they've been sold us out. Let's get that straight. They've been sold us out because there was the removal of many businesses leading to overseas. It doesn't matter whether they went to Bangladesh or wherever they went to. It was many businesses, many textile businesses, many steel businesses, many car, all moving over there. You know what I'm saying? To where we saw a whole campaign where people were saying buy only US back in the days. I think it was back in the 90s, buy only US. Because everything that was made, jeans, drawers, socks, balls, this, that, and the third, a can of beans, this, that, all that was coming from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't support ourselves and build these things in our country and make these things strong. We got to send it over there and then sell it back to us. So we see the reversal of even the money and the economical and so on. So when we look at the CEFC, Chinese energy and all this stuff that he was doing back in, I guess, 2015 or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We know the demon Democrats had been sold us out. And that's point facts. Because the establishment in the country itself now even show how long they have been doing this garbage. You know what I'm saying? For where they could have it, you know what I'm saying, boom, shakalaka, and boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Police stations, laboratories underground. It's probably them in the airport over there in Detroit. And all types of shit going on, putting canisters, and I guess they released those canisters, you know what I'm saying, and put all the cloning and graft and all kinds of different animals and beasts and putting them out in our country. Oh, yeah, and trying to hit us with every disease known to man. You know what I'm saying? They have sold us out. And that's a fact. But we're looking at where the texts, which were, you know what I'm saying, just obtained by Just the News, you know what I'm saying, were sent by Hunter Creepy Biden business partner, James Gillard, you know what I'm saying, to future partner, to future part. It was sent to the future. Gillard sent it to Tony Babolinsky or whatever his name is on Christmas Eve in 2015. The CEFC, Chinese energy company, appearing to hope to leverage the creep Joe Biden's name to faculties and controversial deals to buy up energy assets in the United States at that time. You see what I'm talking about? So when they buy it all up and cut it all off and tell y'all ain't getting shit because we own it, what you gonna do? You're gonna have to pick up the gun. So the chaos has been going on with the Creep Joe family. It ain't new. None of this seems to have any effect of a newness or a oh wow type of mind frame. It's not shocking. You know what I'm saying? What we need to do more than hear, see, and talk is we need to be able to prove it 100%. And it needs to be documented. You know what I'm saying? And put in the archives for others to look at or so on. There will be a deal between one of these most prominent families from the U.S. and China, constructed by me. Gillard started in one text messages. Think this will then be a great addition to the portfolio as it and so forth. When we read a portfolio, as it will give them a profile based in New York City, oh yeah, and then LA, etc. For me, it's no brainer. But culturally, they are different, but smart. And I guess they're more smarter than the Arab boy. Yeah, okay. What kind of garbage is this? You know what I'm saying? The message text, you know what I'm saying? When we look at it, reveals that China saw Creep Joe Biden family's name influence as key, you know what I'm saying, to the plans. No wonder Putin didn't want his sorry ass in it. And then text further confirm the bombshell testimony given to Congress early this week by another Hunter Creepy Joe Biden partner, Devon Archer. I think his name is Devon Archer. As RadarOnline.com previously reported, Archer claimed that the Creep Joe Biden were viewed as a brand to help foreign clients seeking influence. Meanwhile, you know what I'm saying, the appearance I think it's courtship between the CEFC and Hunter creepy ass nutcase Biden appeared to begin in 2015 and progress slowly over time, selling America out to the Chinese. While Hunter creepy initially declined declined an invitation to dinner with the CEFC, you know what I'm saying, representatives on December 6th, 2015. Oh, yeah, you know, so you can have a plausible deniability and say, I've never seen it before. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately met with the CEFC executive director, you know what I'm saying, look like John Zan later that month. Mm, 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 mm. Ooh-wee. Okay. Mhm. A video shows Trump supporters crashing Mike Pence campaign event. Why don't you uphold the Constitution? Oh, yes. Mike Pence ain't going to do that because they just destroyed it. All that we see in 2020 with the vetting program and so many other things, we did not see the Constitution take place in itself and the strength of it when it came to the people, because the people are mentioned in the Constitution. Not just them, not just the governor, not just the federal government. The people are mentioned in the Constitution, and they need to start to put forward their strength and use that rather than telling his dumbass to read something that he already don't know the deal, and he ain't gonna do it because he wants to shred it and make it and switch it around so the Demon Democrats have their field day. And if Pence wins the presidency, you have a Demon Democrat in Republican clothes. So there's no deal in this situation, as we see. You know what I'm saying? But this is coming in by Kathy, you know what I'm saying? Looks like a name. Balivic, you know what I'm saying? One day ago, Business Insider. You know what I'm saying? As we see. But we see Trump supporters, you know what I'm saying, confront Mike Pence at the presidential campaign. You know what I'm saying? Event calling, you know what I'm saying? Calling him a traitor. But Trump just pleaded not guilty in the 2024 election case, his third arraignment of the year. You know what I'm saying? But Pence, you know what I'm saying, lagging behind the GOP polls, still tried to win over the mega supporters during an event. The supporters of Trump, Donald J. Trump, Trumpy Bear, baby, crashed the campaign event for the former wannabe Mike Pence traitor ass vice president. On Friday, Pence was met with a group of about 10 Trump supporters and with, signs and flags as he arrived at the town hall in the Londonderry, New Hampshire, NBC News report. There's the sellout. There's the traitor. That's right. You got it right. The group cheered as Pence got out of his car. You know what I'm saying? Videos of the incident showed a handful of people, wearing Trump's mega merchandise, yelling, at Trump. Yelling at creepy ass Pence. You know what I'm saying? In the parking lot. Why? Why you sell out? Why you sell out the people? You know what I'm saying? Why did you? Why didn't you uphold the Constitution? One person could be heard saying in a brief clip. You know what I'm saying? I upheld the Constitution. Pence called behind shoulders. Read it. You know what I'm saying? Read it. What Constitution you uphold, Pence? You didn't uphold shit. You shredded it and made it look like a piece of shit paper. You know what I'm saying? Even as they, hurled their, hurled their chairs, you know what I'm saying? Albert Tamper, then looked like Tamper, than the ones Pence endured during the Capitol riot. You know what I'm saying? Well, riot, I mean a demon Democrat level riot, you know what I'm saying? And FBI and CIA probably, you know what I'm saying, the deep state, when, you know what I'm saying, members of the mob called for his execution. You know what I'm saying? No, he should have been just driven out. And he should not win no presidency. The creepy ass vice president still tried to win them over. I know the people. This is in his words, I guess. I know the people in the movement, whether they support me or not, you know what I'm saying, according to his words, are the best people in the country. You know what I'm saying? Whether they support me or not, are the best people in the country. Pence, he said later in the event while monitoring to, I guess, motioning to the protesters' NBC report. You know what I'm saying? But Trump, who just pleaded guilty, you know what I'm saying, to the interference in the case, which was plead guilty in the 2020 election. He didn't plead, he shouldn't have pleaded guilty to none of that bullshit. He pleaded not guilty, of course. Why would he plead guilty to the talking about interference? What interference? The interference came from the demon democratical George Soros and trickery game. You know what I'm saying? And you fuck Fauci the killing weasel. And Billy the Goat Gates, the World Health Organization, and many of those other groups. You know what I'm saying? Kathy Hoxel, Como, all of them, you know what I'm saying? All demons. You know what I'm saying? Even when you look at Greasy and Q Ball Adams, the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Bill de Blasio, you know what I'm saying? Bush, Clinton, Obama, all of them working all in the same core and sync. You know what I'm saying? But talking about, and he tried to interfere, you know what I'm saying? Which was his third arraignment. You know what I'm saying? You would kiss my ass. It could have been 15 arraignment. You're full of shit then, just like you're full of shit now. So this is Point Blank saying, stay right, stay tight. We're going to stay in the fight, and we're going to fight this all the way to the end of the night. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to stay in full flight. Get over to my man, Sarah Sultan Steady Patreon account and get some studying in college and get it popping and going. You know what I'm saying? Support my man in his endeavor in which he's trying to do for our people in many ways. Contribute, you know what I'm saying? Contribute whatever cause you can and whatever money you can to the young brother that is holding it down, and let him lead the way as he continues to go down the right path. You know what I'm saying? Because knowledge is everything. Wisdom, you know what I'm saying? Wisdom comes in the simplest of place and in the simplest of time. You know what I'm saying? So we must do this. So this is Point Blank saying, no man precedes his mother. We must always check the checker, because if we leave it up to others, our pockets will always come up short. Great quote by Sarah Sultan Seti, and probably many others. The general, Sarah Sultan Seti himself. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, many other leaders. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to Ivan Van Sertima, anti-Sheikh Diat, you know, Dr. Ben, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Simmons, you know what I'm saying? Yosef Ben Yakinen, you know what I'm saying? And many of those great leaders that have led the way to the liberation of the minds of African people from its slavish mentality. So this is Point Blank saying, farewell. It's not the SON, it's the SUN. One, the black woman is God. We will meet again.